Hello and welcome to another video on the Green and Cream Gaming channel, where today I'm going to be predicting the NBA standings for next year. Obviously a lot can change. Obviously there's still some good free agents out there like Peyton Watson, Jonathan Kuminga, Benedict Mathurin, Russell Westbrook. And if you watched the video last Friday, my thoughts on NBA 2K27 so far, you would know that on Tuesdays are going to be uploads about real sports, not video games. So let's just get straight into it. The 15th seed in the East, I'm gonna go Brooklyn. I think Mikal Brown Jr. was a great selection in the draft. Don't get me wrong, but I think a team of Brown, Demon, Michael Porter, Randall, and Noah Clowney it's just not good at all. It's definitely interesting. I don't think Mikal's going to get the ball as much as he wants to because he's playing with Randall and Michael Porter Jr., who are both average like 2 assists per game. I don't know how they'll work out together, but yeah, we'll see. I just don't see this team going anywhere. I think they'll be the 15th seed pretty comfortably. Nah, not comfortably. The 14th seed could give them a run for their money. 15th seed in the West. Let me think here. Oh yeah, Memphis. Easily Memphis. Easily Memphis. They have Coward, Cedric Coward, Cam Boozer, Gigi Jackson are really the only players from that team I like. They're very promising when it comes to future. They've got a great future, especially trading Jaren Jackson Jr. They got some good young pieces from that. I think they got Taylor Hendricks, Walter Clayton Jr. And for Ja, they got, was it Jeremy Grant and Chris Murray? So yeah, that's interesting. They don't have someone that can average 20 points per game on their team. They're a weird team, but they're by far the worst team in the entire NBA. I would be shocked if they won 15 games. The 14th seed now in the East, I'm gonna go with Charlotte. Just because they lost LaMelo, they just lost their main facilitator for Naz Reid. I don't know who's gonna run the point for them now. That's the reason they're gonna be so low. Obviously, they have Con Miller. They have Con and Miller, Naz Reid from the trade, Musa Diabate, who I really like, Kalkbrenner I really like. I'm trying to think about who else they have, because they do have another decent player. Forgot what it was called. Tijan, is it Tijan Saloon? I still like him. He hasn't had a great career, say that. Finney Smith they got from a trade as well, but they got 3 seconds with that and gave up nothing, so I still like Finney Smith. I still think he's okay, but yeah, compared to the rest of these teams, I don't think they're that good. 14th seed in the West, now I'm going to go with the Kings. Levine is on a big regression. They got Acuff in the draft, which I don't hate. I don't hate Acuff. I think he should have went 5 to the Clippers. His efficiency and playmaking skills as a point guard are worrying, but he can score the ball crazily. Yeah, I like Acuff. I really like Acuff. He has huge amount of potential, but right now him, Levine, Reynolds is not going to work out. And Sabonis they've got, and they're going to have Malik Monk as well. I don't think that team's great. Old, with obviously Levine, Sabonis, and Monk, and then you've got the 2 youngsters in Reynolds and Acuff. Yeah, I don't like that team at all. Then the 13th seed in the East is gonna have to be Chicago. Yeah, I think they had a great draft. They got Caleb Wilson and Dalen Swain, who I really like. I really like both of them. Caleb's got unlimited potential. Dalen Swain's good, but was very, very bad in the summer league. But I know how good Dalen Swain is. I just don't like their big man depth. They've not re-signed Nick Richards. They traded Vucevic at the deadline. So yeah, I do not like their big man depth. I like Buzelis, Giddy, Caleb Wilson, Swain, and Even if they were to just get, it would be Zach Collins at centre. I like that as a starting five, but definitely not playing worthy. Yeah, they're going to have an electric start as always, and then fall off a cliff. Yeah, I just don't like the Bills right now. I love their future though. I think they're bringing in a great future. And now the West Pelicans. I love their future. Fears, Queen, Yves Missy, Trey Murphy's still pretty young. I think he's like 23, 24. If he were to stay there, I think they've got a very bright future ahead. Obviously, Zion's still pretty young, but he's never healthy. I think he will probably be moved at the deadline. They also have a couple bench pieces. I like Jordan Hawkins. I like... Oh, they just got him. I can't remember. Maybe they didn't just get him, but I think they re-signed someone that I like off their bench. They didn't get anyone in the first round this year because they traded their pick for Derek Quinn. DeJounte Murray, I like him. He still plays for New Orleans. I think he's great. Fully healthy, he's very good. He was great on San Antonio, great in Atlanta. So yeah, I think he's going to be good for New Orleans next season. Right now we're on to the 12th seed in the East. I'm going to go with Orlando. I don't think they're going to work out. I think they're going to lose a lot of motivation from blowing that 3-1 lead to Detroit. I don't like Bane, Franz, and Powell. I just don't think they gel well together. Suggs had a terrible playoffs. Their centre's going to be Vucevic, who's bad. It's just not that good anymore. Yeah, I just don't see anything with this Orlando team. They can obviously make the play-in. I'm not going to say they can't because they 100% can. But yeah, I don't rate them too highly. 12th seed in the West. I'm going to say Phoenix. They have a couple. I think again, I love their future. Malouach had a great summer league, unbelievable summer league. Kopi had a very good summer league. I really like him. They got him at pick 30, which was an absolute steal, by the way. What did they re-signed Gillespie and Goodwin, who I like. They've got Mark Williams at centre, who I also like. They got Rasheer Fleming last year, who I still really like. He was a steal in the second round. I think he's a great young player. They've obviously still got Booker Green. They've still got their star in Devin Booker. I think they can definitely make a play and push, but the West and both conferences are really strong this year. So yeah, that's why they're 12th. They're 11th seed in the East now. I'm between these two and Milwaukee. I'm going to go with Washington, though. I really like their team, don't get me wrong, I do. I really like their team. Yeah, I love their team. They have Trae Young, who's obviously going to facilitate the offense. The only reason I have them low is I don't think Anthony Davis will be healthy too much. Chris Middleton, again, I don't think will be healthy too much. That's them losing their veteran experience, because obviously they're both injury prone. AD Dabansa won't have a lot of the ball if both remain healthy, so I don't know. Bilal Koulibaly is probably not going to get much minutes, which again is another big loss for them. And if AD is injured, will he still be able to teach Sarr? Because I think that will definitely happen. Yeah, this team definitely relies on Middleton and AD. If they remain healthy, they can definitely make a playoff push, 100%. Love their team, but I just think AD... I can't take AD and Middleton serious now. I think they're way too injury prone. The 11th seed in the West is Utah. One of the, if not the brightest future in the entire NBA. Keontae George just came off a 22 points per game season, I believe. Ace Bailey, who's, I still think he has MVP potential. Darren Peterson, who also has MVP potential. Jaren Jackson Jr., who's going to be kind of a vet to them, isn't he? Good shot blocker, obviously Larry Markkinen, who has been unbelievable since he's got to Utah. Yeah, I like the team. I think they will just finish outside the play-in, but again, they can still make the play-in. I really like this young team. Good amount of shooting. They're good shooters. They're great scorers, and they can pass the ball a lot. Very physical as well, defensively. They've got Filipowski as well. I like him. I really like Filipowski. Also, they lost Walker Kessler, but they didn't have him last year either. I think they'll be fine with Filipowski. I really like the guy. I think he's a great player. And it's what his third, going into his third year? Yeah, I think he's a very good centre. The 10 seed in the East, I'm going to go with Milwaukee. I think they're going to shock some people. I think it's looking likely they're either going to get Watson or Kuminga. And if they do, this is a huge if because obviously it's John Horst as the GM. I really like the rotation right now. Rollins, Hero, and either you can switch between these two, Kuzma or Usman Jang. I think Kuzma will be moved, and if he is for Watson, let's just say it's Watson. Power forward, you could have Nate Ament or Miles Turner, and then Ware at centre. Bench, you've got KPJ, Burries, Nate Ament, Bogolyub, Jericho Sims, Pete Nance, AJ Green, Gary Trent, Karis LeVert. Yeah, they've got a great roster. I think they're gonna shock a lot of people. I really do. I think Brain Burries is gonna have a Rookie of the Year season. I think he should definitely be one of the favourites for Rookie of the Year right now. Unbelievable summer league. Ament had a solid summer league as well, and obviously he's still growing. And he was a raw pick. We knew that he had to grow here, so that's why Horst took him, because he sees a lot of potential in the kid. I think he's got a very, very bright future. I think Milwaukee will shock a lot of people. I think Rollins and Hero as a guard duo will be lethal. And if they get Watson, it's just going to look even better. I think Ware's could even have an all-star season. I think Ware will thrive in Milwaukee. Then the 10 seed in the West, I'm going to give to the Clippers. I think they're good. Their defense might struggle a bit. Obviously, they've got their 5th pick, Keaton Wagler, who I liked him coming out of college. They got Grady Dick back in that Kawhi deal, who is still a young player that I believe in. Brandon Ingram, who's also going to lead the scoring. Darius Garland, who's, if he can stay healthy, a great player. Brook Lopez, who's a veteran that can block shots. He's going to be the main defender on that team. He can also shoot. He's a stretch 5. I like the Clippers. I think their bench, also they have Rui Hachimura as well. I forgot about that. They got Rui, who's another solid defender, can really shoot the 3. Had a great playoffs with the Lakers. Off the bench, they'll have, I think, Chris Dunn's still there, a great defender. It depends. They want Watson too. If they get Watson, I think they could jump up to the 9 to 8 seed here. But I think we'll get Watson, and then they'll probably re-sign Benedict, who I really like Benedict Mathurin. I hated playing him when he was on the Pacers because he's a great player. Yeah, that's what I got to say about LA. And if they don't get Watson, they'll probably also get Derek Jones Jr., who is another player that I really like. Great defender. Then the 9 seed in the East, I'm going to give to Atlanta. They've had a great offseason. They've traded for Aaron Wiggins, Lou Dort, Devin Carter, Ryan Nembhard. I think they've had a good offseason. They got Kingston Flemings too in the draft. I think they got someone else with pick 23. I'm trying to think who that was. I can't quite remember anymore. But yeah, they've got a good team. Dyson Daniels, Flemings, Dort, Jalen Johnson, who's the star, Onyeka Okongwu. Yeah, I really like this Atlanta team, man. I think they've got a lot of potential. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He's probably going to lead the scoring, actually. Him and Jalen Johnson had a great year last year. And I think Flemings is a great player. I really liked him at Houston. Then the 9 seed in the West, I'll give to Golden State. I think they're obviously gonna bring Draymond back. Curry's gonna probably carry this team. I like the Yaxel pick also. And they also got a couple nice undrafted free agents. They got Graham Ike, who I really like out of Gonzaga. He was a very high scorer, good rebounder. They got Nick Boyd from Wisconsin, and obviously I am a fan of the Wisconsin Badgers. I think that's a steal as an undrafted free agent. I really wanted us to take Nick Boyd at 60, but we didn't. We took Thanasis 2.0. Yeah, I really like where. No, I don't. Why am I saying this? I really like their undrafted free agents, but I don't like where the Warriors are going. They need to trade Steph because their future's dimmed. Yaxel is 24, or will be 24 by opening night. Pujemski is Pujemski. He can have a great night, then have 10 terrible games. Moses Mudahu is just not great. Will Richards okay. But yeah, I think they really do need to get Curry some help. I think Curry will drag this team to the 9 seed with the help of Yaxel. Because Yaxel's basically Draymond, but more athletic. Obviously, Draymond's a better defender, but Yaxel's still a decent defender. So here we go. We're going on to the 8 seed now. The 8 seed in the East. I want to give this to Boston. Actually, yeah, I'll give that to Boston. I think Paul George is a great fit with Tatum. I think they got a terrible, terrible return for Jaylen Brown, but I think Paul George is a great fit with Tatum. Hugo Gonzalez is a really good young player I like. Derek White's obviously still Derek White. He had a great season last year, so yeah, Tatum and Paul George are going to be a nice duo. I think they fit together really well. 8 seed in the West now. Houston. They've not really made any big signs. They signed Marcus Smart, which I like. Veteran defender that can shoot really well. They also brought back Tyrese on a nice deal. I like that deal for Tyrese. I really like Tyrese. I would have loved him in Milwaukee, but he re-signed with Houston. Yeah, I like this Houston team. I really do. With Kevin Durant, Şengün, Amen, Jabari. Yeah, good team. The 7th seed in the East now. I'm going to give to Indiana. I don't think Tyrese is going to be as good off the Achilles tear. They traded the 5th overall pick to LA for Ivica Zubac, and you know, Hallie loves a stretch 5, and Zubac just is not a stretch 5. And I also think Halliburton is extremely overrated. I will die on that hill. He was the first All-NBA player since 1958 to not score a field goal in the finals game. I think he's extremely overrated for the playoff run, but it happens every year, doesn't it? They go on a team goes on a run, the star gets overrated. Yeah, Indiana's going to be the 7th seed because the next 6 in the East are filthy. 7 in the West, I'm going to give to the Lakers just because I like this other 6 teams above them. I've actually liked what they've done this offseason. They've made some decent moves, but overpaying. I don't think Mamu's worth that after one decent season. I don't think Grimes was worth that. I'm not high on Grimes. I think he's okay. Zaire Williams was a good pickup, but he's very injury prone, so is Matisse Thybulle. If they get Kuminga, they'll probably bump up to 6 or 5, 6. Yeah, that's how I feel on this team. I like what they're doing though, but they're in cap hell. The 6th seed in the East. Oh, this is the Cavs. I'll give it to the Cavs. They've brought no one in. Mario Hezonja, oh wow. Yeah, they're defensively weak. That's known. If Harden's still a free agent, I'm pretty sure he is. They're very defensively weak. When it comes to the guards, Mitchell and Harden are just defensively weak. But I like Mobley and Allen. They're good defensively. But their bench isn't going to be great now because Keon Ellis left. He went to Brooklyn. So yeah, I don't know how their defense on the bench will hold up. And they also lost Dean Wade out to Philly. So yeah, that's a bit concerning now. Their bench defense. The 6th seed in the West, Dallas. Kyrie and Cooper are going to be a great deal. I also really like the Morez pick. I was expecting Ede Mara, but I like the Morez pick. I think he has good potential. Great wing. They also picked up Reza Shea in the recent trade, who I think has great potential. I just think Hawks were too quick to write him off. I think that was a great pickup from Dallas. They have Gafford and PJ, who are still good players, especially next to Kyrie. I think they'll be great. Najee Marshall they still have, who's another very good player. 3-point shooter, elite 3-point shooter. Yeah, I think Dallas will shock a lot of people. They will make the playoffs. The 5th seed. Oh, this is extremely close. I'm gonna go Detroit. I will go Detroit, just because I think the four other teams are just diabolical. They really are. That's my reasoning, really. And obviously they have a weakness next to kid at shooting guard. They got Isaiah Joe, but I don't really think he's gonna fill it in, is he? Then I have Portland at the 5th seed. I really like them. Dame, who won the 3-point contest on a tour Achilles. I think he won't be as good, but he'll still be good. They have Ja, Scoot, Shaden Sharp, who might get moved. Klingon, who I love. Then I have Dia, who is great. Yeah, I like what Portland are doing, man. I really think they're going to shock a lot of people. Dame, Denny, and Klingon with Ja. It's going to be absolute cinema. Yeah, as they say, absolute cinema. It's going to be Tamani Kamara as well, who's I really like Kamara. Great defender. And the 4 seed in the East, I'm actually going to give it to Philly. Nah. I think Detroit and Toronto are better than Philly. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to give it to Toronto. I don't think Detroit are better than Philly. I said that on Friday, but I'm being stupid. But Toronto could be better than Philly. I don't know. That's like really close. That could go any way. Nah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that just because of their weakness at guard. After the Kawhi trade, they've got obviously Colin Murray, Boyles, Barnes, Kawhi, who are all wings. Their guard is Emmanuel Quickley, RJ. RJ Barrett and Quickley are good, man. Their center's a big weakness though. Jakob Pertl, who's just didn't have a good season, did he? They lost Mamu. Yeah, I think 4 is very fair for Toronto. It's very close between them and Philly, though. It really is. It really is close between them and Philly. Philly could definitely be there instead of Toronto. Denver's the 4 seed. I think they're in cap hell also. If they don't re-sign Watson, I think they will though. I think he's most likely to go back to Denver for one more year, accept the qualifying offer, then become a unrestricted free agent next year. I mean, they've got Jokic. They've got the second best player in the world, third best player in the world. They're going to be there. Jamal Murray just had a career year. If Brown can bounce back and Watson stays the same, I think this team's going to be good. And if Cam Johnson can also, just get back to Nets Cam Johnson, not even Nets Cam Johnson, just like 50% of Nets Cam Johnson, genuinely. Then the 3 seed I'm going to give to Philly. I said last week this team won't work. Brown and Maxey need to be on the ball. Browns and Maxey are going to be mad over who's going to be the number 1, who's going to be the 2, because I'm pretty sure Brown didn't want to be in Boston anymore because Tatum was coming back and he's seen what he could do as a number 1 option. I don't think he wanted to be a number 2 option in Boston, and I'm sure he won't want to be a number 2 option in Philly. And I don't think Maxey will want to be the number 2 either after coming off a career year where he nearly averaged 30, and then I can't rely on Embiid anymore. I really can't. Adem Bona is going to be starting for Philly, which I do not like. He averaged like 3 points last season. I just can't rely on Embiid. LeBron's obviously LeBron, but I do think he's going to have a down season. I think he'll average like 17, especially with Max and Brown, and this is only going to, halt VJ Edgecombe's development also. And their bench is disgusting, by the way. Simons, KCP, Dean Wade, it's just not a good bench at all. I think they have one guy that averaged 10 plus points on their bench. I don't find the hype of this team. 3rd seed Minnesota, I think McDaniels, LaMelo and Ant are just going to be great. LaMelo can facilitate everyone, get everyone open, can shoot the ball really well. Ant can also shoot the ball really well, create. Jaden McDaniels has obviously had a great playoffs. They got rid of Randall's contract. They still have Gobert, who's an elite defender in the paint, obviously. They kept Ayo Dosunmu. They re-signed him, which I think is great. He had that 40-point eruption against Denver. Dante is obviously coming off a bad injury. I don't know if he'll be healthy next season. He should be towards the end, I think. I still like Dante. They also Johan Berenger, Terrence Shannon, who are 2 good young players I really like. So yeah, they're going to be the 3rd seed, but obviously, yeah. The 2 seed in the East is going to be Miami. People are saying this team's bad when it just isn't. It's looking like they're going to get Russ and DeRozan. Even if they don't, Giannis has not played with a big man remotely close to Bam Adebayo. He played with Greg Monroe, Brook Lopez, Miles Turner. Shot blockers. Bam's not just a shot blocker. Bam is a one-on-one defender who's also a way better scorer than the other three. No diss to Greg Monroe because he was great, but Bam is a way better scorer than Brook, Miles, and Greg Monroe. Bam and Giannis are by far the best defensive duo in the NBA right now, and it's just not even close. They're both. Bam should have a DPOY by now. Giannis has one. 2 DPOYs there. I think this team is being very, very slept on. People say, no, they've got no space. And Bobby Portis, 40-plus point 3-point shooter last season. Tim Hardaway, 40-plus point 3-point shooter last season. Davion Mitchell shot like 36%. Pelle Larson shot like 38%. Yeah, the team is fine when it comes to spacing. Wiggins is a good shooter also. The team is completely fine. They're being slept on. Then the second seed I have San Antonio. Obviously, this is just going to be the same as last year. They're just going to dominate. They really are just going to dominate the West, them and OKC. And also, Wem's a freak. They've made like no moves. They got Tobias Harris, so I just okay. I think Fox will still be starting, which I don't like. I think Harper should definitely be starting. I like San Antonio, but I think Oklahoma are just better. Oklahoma are just them. I think they're going to be coming back for blood. I think they've had a good offseason. They've got a lot of second-round picks. They also took Ade Moran in the draft, who I love at 12. I love Ade Moran. Great player. Bennett Stouts as well as another great guard. Obviously, they were missing Jalen Williams against San Antonio in the playoffs as well. So I think Oklahoma are they're gonna be the first seed for a very long time, until San Antonio can get that second star next to Wemby. I thought they would have went all in for Giannis. I thought both of these teams would have, to be fair, but they didn't. He ended up going to Miami, and yeah, New York. Obviously, Oklahoma have the third best player in the world. Obviously, Miami have the best, which is why they're also that high. New York are just. New York would be there. New York are just too good. They've built the perfect team around Brunson. They got their star. They built an unbelievable team around him. They had the team in 2023. Yeah, 2023. They had the team around him. And it broke apart. 2024, they had the team around them. Broke apart. So you know what they did? They went out, got Cat. They got Mikal Bridges. That formed a great team, the perfect team around the star like that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Next week's video will be on the MLB trade deadline, because obviously that's next Monday, and I'll probably record on Monday actually, after all the trades go down. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.